Yes, we're back. Gallup Run is back for the much anticipated Harbor Classic Sprint Gallup. Here we go, everybody. We're ready to go. And the Harbor Classic is going to be a tough one here today. Will Stens take him down? He got about how many? 100 horses in? Who knows, man? We're going to check it out. Let's set up everything, though, before we get started. Shout out everybody coming in the chat. I'm going to post everything now. Here, give me a second. You might hear my voice a little bit double echo, but other than that, for a quick second, you won't hear me again. Like that, for sure. You're looking at good maximum engagement this time around. Let me go ahead and copy that into my X post, right? Bam. Let's just post it. Let's just post it and go from there. Let me post it on the Discord real quick. Shout out everybody coming in, man. I'm gonna put the chat up in a second. Give me a second. Let me pop out the chat. Live chat, pop out. Alright, let me put it in here. Copy that. What up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good night so far. Hopefully it'll get a lot better with tonight's broadcast. Got a lot of stuff lined up for you as far as getting together with these stables that are in these races tonight. A lot of money on the line, over $30,000 given away tonight to the winners of these races. So boom, there goes chat. Got one more thing to do in chat. Give me a second. Tonight is a very special. We are accepting donations today. I appreciate everybody coming in. Post my Solana wallet address for donations. Appreciate any donations. Guys, let's get this thing jumping off for sure. Alright. Here we go. Harbor Classic. You know how we do it, man. Let me go ahead and let me post the link in the Discord. I'm over here messing around. I hope you guys are having a good Thursday today. Shout out to the chat, always live for me. I appreciate y'all coming in. We're just getting warmed up. I'm just going back here, boom. Making sure everybody knows. We're gonna open up the hotline in a second too. Once we get going, we'll open up the hotline and see what everybody's talking about. Let's see. Give me a second. Bomb, we're live. What it do? You know it can't be one of my streams where we don't keep it all the way funky with our theme music. We always come in with this so we can get the energy right. Let's get it, man. They don't like it. Mi gigante. Yo no cambié, que los bolsillos me crecieron, bro. Nunca me conformé y busqué estar en otra posición. I try to be in a different position, dog. Wow. Viré para atrás con el recibo. Me fui en un viaje y la humildad siempre está conmigo. Yo, welcome to the Harbor Sprint Gallup Classic. We here, baby. No me la daban y ahora me la quieren quitar. Por eso cuando los pillo los pongo a brincar. Y no confío en nadie, solo en el de arriba. El que me cuida de la fama no te. Tomé decisiones que dolieron, ya las superé. Sonreír me salió caro, que mucho lloré. Yo les regalé la al final se la quité. Hey, ¿y qué van a hacer? What y'all gonna do, man? We gotta go in on these races. We gotta win. We gotta win. Ey. Pero no hay ninguna. Los culos, ya no puedo más con esta puta. Mi vida cambió. Ey, mi abuela me dijo, déjalo que se confundan. Los problemas me los fumé como la Wii. No tengo amigos, tengo hermanos como el negro, como Luis. Shout out to LFDM, man. Que es la que hay, papi. Ey, Ya yo no tengo que probar nada. Me bajo con 222 y le vacío las hermanas. No muerden los perros que ladran. No entran a mi círculo ni la serpiente ni la rana. que hablan mierda por ahí. Y dicen que son mis panas, sé que siempre ha sido así. Y de espalda te apuñalan. Nunca me conformé. La glow me la enganché. Mire para atrás con el recibo, está contento el flow. Hey, está contento el flow. Shout out to Bryce, man. Shout out to everybody joining the live for the first time that's never been here, never's gone through the energy. Quieren quitar, por eso cuando lo pillo lo pongo a brincar. Y no confío en nadie, solo en el de arriba. El que me cuida de la fama no te tomé decisiones que dolieron, ya las superé. Sonreír me salió caro que mucho lloré. Yo le regalé la carrera y al final se la quité. Yeah, I think we're ready now. I think we're ready. Y'all ready, man? Let's go, man. What it is, everybody? It's your boy. Let me go over here. Set the live chat here. Boom. We live. Let's stop that. Let's get serious for a second. Hey, we got the Harbor Classic Sprint, 5 furlong. Gallop, 8 furlong. Let me go ahead and go to that right now. Let's get it cracking. I hope everybody got their picks in on that bet buy win for I think 2,000 crown is the prize tonight. Yeah, we got about 30 minutes till the sprint. We're gonna take a look at some of these stables. Some of these horses are. I've already made my picks actually, so I got a little homework done. So we'll get through that as well. But where do we want to start? We want to start at the undercard. See what's popping there. See what's popped off. See what anybody has to say. I did get a hold of some of the stables that are going to be racing in these majors tonight, and they had a little bit to say about what kind of horses or what they expected out of their horses, who was their biggest competition in the race, and also what they will do if they were to win. So I just try to keep it real simple. I apologize to everybody. I did send out a lot of messages today, so shout out to all the stables for being patient with me. I know it was a little bit generic. I wish I could tailor each and every one of them to you, but if you reached out to me after I went ahead and reached out to you, I just want to say thank you. Thank you is the most important thing. I appreciate you guys. So we're gonna start off with that, man. Like I said, I wanted to get kind of a lot of these stables. They've been kind of on the background. Let's just say it like that. So I just wanted to put them on the forefront here and give them a voice at least in the left turf side of things. It's my first time doing it, so I hope y'all tune in. Y'all like the replay. Make sure you sub. Make sure you like the channel. Trying to grow it. We hit the 100 subscribers. We're trying to get to 200. Make sure you get the word out. But I know I posted something today on Twitter. Let me go back to Twitter. Let me get the chat up here on my side. Hold on. Again, hopefully everybody's having a good evening. Chat is up on my side. Okay, so I posted today something along the lines of shout out MD. He's always liking my posts. I posted something. Hold on. All right, so I said, spoiler alert, I hit up the top stables and they said who's their best shot to win, like who's the best horse that they got that they think is going to win if they have multiple. Who's the toughest rival if they win. One stable said, I will be making fun of D Silver, a.k.a. Givens, for 28 days. I know you guys had a lot of guesses here. Let's see what people said. Sounded like something Stens would say. No, it was not Stens. Shout out to Valkyrie Racing. Riptide said, I mean, sounds like something Carter would say. TriStar Racing, shout out to Carter. But you said top stable, so I gotta go with Stens of Absolute Horsepower. Givens found it a little bit rude. Stens and Given are going to dominate tonight. No more of their incessant whining. Dutch Feast chimed in with Must Be Golden Way Stables. And no, the winner was Riptide. Riptide got it right. He didn't go with his gut feeling, but it was Carter out of TriStar. So I asked Carter today. Let me go back here in our conversation. Like I said, I sent out a mass, not a mass. I wouldn't call it a mass. I went individually at this. I want to say that. But as I kept going, it was just a whole bunch of the same thing. So I just try to keep it short, sweet. Some of the people I didn't even expect to hit me back. Some of them didn't. I still appreciate it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So Carter from TriStar has, he says he has two. He has one in the sprint. So let's take a look at that. We're going to talk about these horses. I was going to take a look at the undercard. Shout out to everybody in the undercard. But we're going to focus on the big boys. It's all about the big boys today in the Harbor Classic. So we're going to go back to that Harbor Classic sprint. He said he had two. Let me see here. I already put my picks in, as y'all can see. Get in early. Early bird gets the worm, as they say. But he has two. He has World Series of or at WSOP. I don't know, Carter, if you want to chime in, if you're in the audience, if that's what it means, World Series of Poker. And then he has in the Gallop Burberry. He says Burberry didn't even qualify for top 20, but made it into the race with people not entering. It's not a contender at all based on past graded race performance and big field finishes. So it looks like he values what kind of performance they have on the graded events, which is obvious, right? You want to kind of have a horse that goes into this race with a little bit of a track record of proving themselves in the graded fields, especially in big fields. Now, he says WSOP will have a chance to finish in the money. It is tied for the highest soft condition and ran third in the last Premier qualifier. All right. Now, as far as his biggest competition, Carter does mention, before I get into that, let me go back in the chat here. It looks like it's bumping tonight. What's up? You're a gem. Sambry forgot to enter. Wow, Sambry. Shout out to Sambry. I got Sambry too on the phone. I got him on the phone. I spoke with Sambry. Like, yo, what's up? He came through. So I'm going to let you know what he thinks of everything going down tonight. So you want to stay tuned for that as well. I got the big dog. You know who I'm talking about. I got everybody, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Salty Leaf. These stables forgot to enter the classic, I think. Max Payne. Shout out Salty Leaf. Shout out everybody coming in. So, yeah, Carter talked about a little bit about Burberry. WSOP will have a chance to finish in the money, he thinks. As far as his biggest competition in the sprint, he's going with PFL Points Parlor from Absolute Horsepower, the big dog tonight. Absolute Horsepower has about 10, 11 entrants here tonight. Shout out to him. Big boy just doing big things out here, man. I hear people saying it's going to be his night. It's going to be Given's night. But it truly could be anybody's night here in Photo Finish. That's why we race the races. But there's no doubt that both Givens and Absolute Horsepower, they're coming with bad intentions, y'all. They're coming with everything, right? So as they should and as they always do. So let's keep moving on here. He says PFL Points Parlor should be the odds-on favorite, but it's owned by Absolute. So that could knock it off out of the running. Yo, Carter, you're a trip, man. Shout out to Carter again for providing the laughs here. As far as what he will do, TriStar Racing, if he pulls out the W, he says he will celebrate by making fun of Given for the next 28 days. So Cat is out of the bag, Given. That is who was throwing some shade your way, my man, Carter. Hey. Oh, man, it's crazy. All right. So he mentioned PFL Parlor should be the favorite. It looks like it is from Absolute Horsepower. We're going to get into this race in a little bit. We only got about 20 minutes till that goes off. I want to get a few of the opinions of all the racers that were in the races today. as I go through the race and tell you which horses I like. If I come up on somebody that replied, and I'll save that for that part of the show. So if you don't hear yours yet, just stay tuned. We'll get to it. Since Given is here, we're going to go with Given. Let's see what he had to say in regards to today's activity. So when I asked him which one he liked the most, what kind of which horse he was most excited about, or which horses, if he had multiple, because he definitely does. He's one of the kingpins there in left turf. He said, in the Harbor Sprint, I have 4 horses in this race, and 3 of them, Venomous Cheetah, Alley Clicker, and Fate of Peace, I would all put into the same category. On paper, none of them are the likeliest horse to win the race, but also it wouldn't surprise him if any of them won. They have all won graded qualifiers this season, and they are all quite capable of going 5 furlongs sloppy. So he makes a great point. This will be a sloppy race. I believe something that I did notice from all these races today, it was a lot of firm horses in the first 2, and they didn't get the roll. And then the firm race came in the form of the Classic, and there's not even one left turn LTF horse. So fun little stat there for today. Let's keep on going and see what we have to say. One thing to note from a pedigree perspective is that Venomous Cheetah is out of productive broodmare Sultry Cheetah. She earned 340K on the track and participated in the Harbor Sprint. And so far, all 4 of her offspring to race have made it into the major. So that's a great accomplishment there. He's saying the mare that produced this little racer here, Venomous Cheetah, in the sprint, which is number 2 by Given Stable, by the way. She's produced all major runners, so they've all made it to the major, with the first 3 all running pretty well. So we'll see how Venomous Cheetah does. My 4th entrance in the race is an LDF sprinter, Pure Chocolate, and while she's actually the morning line favorite in the race, would it come in up sloppy? It seems unlikely. She'll run well, and I have to agree with that. Shout out TriStar in the building there, in the audience. The most formidable opponent in this race is clearly Horsepower's SS minus PFL Points Parlor. So we got a second vote there from the OGs saying PFL Points Parlor should take it. She has 7.5 prefs, 10 wins, great odds, and just everything going for her, he says. So he's doing my job easy, guys. It is one of my picks, so stay tuned for that. I'll break down a little bit more as to why I picked PFL Points Parlor. Not just that, but he made some great points, which I didn't cover, so good to see. One of the other horses to watch is GD Stable's Hey Look at the Bar, who was very good late in the season and may be peaking at the right time. Another one of my picks. Whoa, were you spying on me? What? Alright, so we move on to the Harbor Classic. A Given says that he has 2 horses in the race. The preferred 2 has to be his SS minus filly, Queen of Matchingham, named after a point guard Wodehouse character, or PG Wodehouse character. I don't know what that means. She's the only LTS horse I've ever had that rolled up from 2 S plus parents to an SS minus, and she has not disappointed, earning over 280K on the track so far. The fast track is a bit of a question mark, as she is 0 for 5 in that condition. So he certainly wishes that there had been some sort of moisture on the track. Moisture. It's a crazy word. Always spying, bro. I see you, Givens. I see you. But she definitely has the required talent to potentially win this race. My other runner in here in the Classic, Sky's Warmer, is from the same sire, Ghost of Forgiveness. And while he is a solid runner, I would be a bit surprised if he finishes in the top 5. Now, as to what he would do with the win, what he would do with all the bragging rights, there's a bit of a divide in here between the top 4 SS minus runners: Absolute, Yasi, Sambreeze, Pixel, Orchid, Poconos, Vengeance to Kill, My Philly, and the rest of the field. And Yasi is probably the best of the 3-year-old game. 3-year-olds in the game, and we'll get to Yahtzee. It's a lot of talk. Yo, point guard is crazy. I know. Oh man, Yahtzee is probably the best 3-year-old in the game. I'll have to agree with him in that opinion. By whatever, by all the answers that I've gotten, they've all mentioned Yahtzee. They've all mentioned PFL Parlour. Um, so I will be mildly surprised, he says, if those horses don't run well. Fairhaven's No Forgiveness, despite being an S plus, has also had good odds and wouldn't be surprised to run well. He says he would love to win one of these races, but he has a very long major cold streak in terms of winning one. Maybe 0 for his last 60. Yikes. Or so. So he has no expectations, but if he wins, he'll definitely get very excited. Although, to be honest, it will be a relief more than anything, he says. So I'll be pulling for you as well as a couple other people in here. It will be a great storyline. I think I told you in private, but I'll say it in public. I think you're a great addition to the PFL ecosystem. You're killing it. You seem to be doing everything the right way, so nothing but kudos to you, my brother. I appreciate you for replying to me. Appreciate you for taking the time to, write this awesome piece. You helped me a lot, so I appreciate it, brother. Just want to make sure I put that out there, because a lot of y'all write me and probably be like, man, this dude, you know what I mean? But I try to do as much as possible, brother. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. We're going to continue on. Today I'm taking a different approach. I want to hear I want to give y'all what the stables had to say, who they thought was going to win. Maybe you gain some more alpha that way than just me going through the horses and saying, I like this one, I like this one. I really wanted to do this, so Dan wrote a damn book, and hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. He didn't hesitate. He went straight for it, and I really liked it. So wanted to make sure I get some love to Given Stables in that orange and yellow there with Venomous Cheetah and a couple others here. So shout out to him. We're gonna move on to Lacey and Valkyrie Racing. Same questions for all the stables, so I'm not gonna repeat the question. The first answer she gave was that she has 3 horses in the major tonight. Hour of a Shadows in the Harbor Classic Sprint, and Starborn Rebel and Chrome Velocity in the Harbor Club Classic. I don't think my horse has a chance in the sprint because of the finals distance. She likes 4 furlongs, not 5. She's very skeptical of the horse being able to run the 4 or 5 furlongs. Now, who was her biggest competition for the sprint? She says she likes the obvious pick, PFL Points Parlour from Absolute Horsepower at 5, and Wet. It's performed in the past well. I can't say pause to that one. So for the Harbor Classic, Harbor Cup Classic, I don't think Chrome Velocity, full-blooded sibling to Top Gun Rocket, can pull it off. But I like Starborn Rebel's chances for at least the top 5, and she loves 11 furlong and dry. To take the win, though, I like Yahtzee. Beast at 11 furlongs. It may be Absolute's day on the track here for all the Harbor Cup races. And she says if she wins, she'll probably do what she usually do or what she usually does, which is buy more horses and breed more. She loves the game, so she tends to put a lot back in and hold for the seasons. She runs dry. Shout out to Lacey. Salty Leaf, my horse is not going to show up tonight, I don't think. Hey, you never know, my friend. You never know. All right, we're going to keep going. All right, we're going to go with Prime Pastures. He has a couple of them here tonight. Shout out to Prime Pastures if you're in the audience. He says he has some real stinkers. Not literally. That is the name of his horse. Some real stinkers and Stakes and Skee Ball. Stinkers is the best horse that he says that Stinkers is the best horse he's ever owned. She won a premiere. She won the high stakes showdown last night. Shout out for him for joining the high stakes showdown. She finished 5th on the points leaderboard, and she won races against those 3 monsters Stens owns. And I doubt she has any chance tonight after the weather rolls off. but she is the first 7.5-star LTF, so hopefully her offspring will be running in major soon. As to what's his biggest competition, again, same story. He says all of Sten's horses. It's crazy how much better his horses are than the rest of the field every single season, he says. And then if he happens to win, he says, haha, nothing too crazy. I won the Harbor Classic last season for my first major win. Shout out to you. I didn't know that, Prime Pasture. Shout out to you, man. Congrats, belated congrats. And going for back-to-back would just validate all of the time and money he's poured into LTF. So shout out to him. Yeah, weather matters all the time. Stance is the Baffert of PFL for sure. Like, he's up there, bro. He's getting into scary territory. You know what I mean? All right, we got Queen Bean chimed in as well. So she says that when I asked about the horses, which one has the better shot, don't think that she has much of a shot, but there's something about the rare bloodline that does well in majors. So that's Queen Bean. Let's see what Queen Bean has here. So rare opportunity. She says the bloodline does well in majors. Let's check it out real quick here. I'm saying she. I don't know why. Yep. Haka. Very good bloodline. It just does well in majors. Totally right about that. For sure. As far as think she has 2 or 3 major winners in her line, so anything is possible. So there you go. She's not been paying much attention to the LT as she should have, so no clue as to what competition is going to look like. Okay, so maybe she's not aware of the Stens train, but it's coming, or it looks like it's coming, I shall say. Now, if they win, they say that it will be an immense win, and it will help with their investment and keep pushing towards more runners in the majors. So they're looking at the future as well. So shout out to them. Speaking of Sambry, they shouted out Sambry earlier. Okay. So King from now on. King. Gotcha. All right, so Sambry hit me back up. They said they have 2 horses racing tonight, and honestly, don't think either have a good chance of winning. Ready Shaker is in the gallop, but is better at 9 to 10 furlongs than 8. Pixel Orchid is in the classic and was a killer 2-year-old, but has really fallen off as a 3-year-old. I actually slowed down racing her after she had enough points to qualify. She's been so bad, he says. But generally speaking, the morning line odds are super important. And then, of course, the results on the track. If the horse doesn't have both of them, I don't think the horse will have much chance qualifying for a major, he adds. All right, biggest competition, he says, I don't know the Gallop field that well, but in the classic will be, I'll be surprised if Jotzi doesn't win. Of course, in 20-horse field, nothing is guaranteed, but that horse should be the overwhelming favorite. I've lost to that horse way too many times already. He says if he wins, he'll look to reinvest any winnings back into the game. He enjoys breeding the most. I'll usually just pay up for the best studs when breeding as much as I can, he says, and winning majors gives me more derby for the next season to breed more of my mares with the top studs. Shout out to Sambry, man. Shout out to Sambry. Let's see who we started with. We started with Carter, right? Yeah, we started. Salty Leaf, man, it's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys are liking these. I'm glad I put them together. There's more coming. Obviously, we got 6 minutes until picks close in the sprint. Let me know who y'all like in the sprint. Just start posting who you like in the sprint as I look for more. Sambry's a class act, man. I'm telling you, bro. I have nothing but great things to say about everybody that just responded and showed love, bro. Because that's what it is. Just the fact that they responded, even if they were like, hey, man, I'm a little bit busy right now. I'll hit you up later, and they hit me up hours later. I appreciate that. Appreciate that the same. Shout out to everybody for coming in. All right. Let's see what else we got going on. All right. We had Sambry. We're going to Sloppy Steaks. He says he has very low expectations. for my horse, rom-com enthusiast. And then he laughs. He says, I was surprised she had success at longer distances given the stud, Romley Compton, and Mom. They were sprinters at 6 and 7. I would have felt more confident. He says that at 6 and 7, he would have felt more confident. And again, we're talking about sloppy stakes. He has a few of them today, I believe, here. Let me see if I see it. Yep, he loves a good rom-com here with good value at 20x to 1. Only one win, though. And it's a firm horse, obviously, going on sloppy. So shout out to him. I needed a fast roll, he says, for a realistic shot, but even then I was losing to absolutes LTS horses all season on firm conditions. I'll consider anything top 10 to be a nice win, he says. As far as who he thinks he has as favorites, some of his picks tonight, he threw some Derby down on On the Contrary. Another one from Absolute, I believe, here in the Gallop or Classic. One of the two. We'll get to it for sure, because I have some words to say about that one. Some recency and availability bias is surely at play, as that horse smoked my stable all season, but his record speaks for itself. My heart and some Derby, he says, is pulling for some real stinkers and prime pastures. The sloppy conditions are a big blow to her chances with 3 firm stars. I would have made a sizable bet on stinkers had conditions been different. He says that if rom-com pulls the unthinkable, I'll fix myself stiff Negroni. Don't know what that is. If anybody wants to chime in, we got 3 minutes to go to the selection is done. Everybody's on PFL points parlor. Let me just give out my picks real quickly, and then I'll talk about them. Hey, look at the bar. Eternal Puff as well. I'm gonna go with those 3 to go ahead and get some value here. I'm just gonna add that to my bets for an additional $1. Let's go ahead and add that real quick. Where am I at? Okay. I really like this Golden Way. I don't know why it's 21x, but can surprise. Maybe I'm just throwing my money away, but here we go. Shout out to Given. GD. Shout out GD. Golden Way Stables. All right, so if sloppy steak. So back to him. Fix himself a what? He said a stiff Negroni. A cocktail. Shout out. A stiff Negroni, a cocktail. What does that bring? What's the mixture in there? I don't know what to call it. Let's see here. He says if rom-com pulls the unthinkable, this is sloppy steaks talking. If rom-com pulls the unthinkable, I'll fix myself a stiff Negroni. Maybe I'll get exotic with it and rapid infuse some banana into it for a kick. Outside of that, though, back to business. The LTF journey has been an expensive one, and I'll need a few majors under my belt before I pat myself on the back. There you go. 8 pairs of gin, sweet Burmouth, and Campari, garnished with a orange peel, and you got a stiff Negroni, baby. I gotta put that as a horse name. Don't nobody take that. Stiff Negroni is here to stay. A minute to close on the pick pools here. Shout out to everybody joining again. Make sure you get those pick 3 contest picks in, because that is 2,000 crown that you could win tonight for sure. TriStar, I know you doing it. Shout out Carter and Matt. What up? Appreciate you joining, Matt. That's I was gonna say that's a lot of stuff. And then he wanted to put some banana in it. How you put a banana? I never seen. Yo, you imagine somebody with a banana at the club, fam? That'd just be crazy. Some banana into it. I'm drinking bourbon. Shout out to you, man. Cheers. Cheers, man. Given is ready, man. I can feel it, man. You're ready, brother. All right, my boy. Hey, yo. Hey, pause. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. I can feel it. It's crazy. My bad. A stiff banana. Yeah. Nah, brother. Nah. No, it's a fancy drink, but I don't know. Equal parts gin, sweet bergamot, and Campari. Yeah, I could tell, brother. You're ready. You're ready. We're gonna get to Strawberry Fields because the time is running out, and I want to get to a couple of things that I want to talk about. A few horses, a few notes that I took here as to my picks and why I liked them and what I noticed. I'm not playing that much tonight because I'm focused on trying to give you the best content I can. So we go with Strawberry Fields. Shout out to Strawberry Fields. I believe it's the first person that hit me back up. So shout out to you, man. He says, lots of podiums, 12 in a row, also 4 consecutive wins in 5 and 6 furlongs. So Strawberry Fields, he brings us Biara in the sprint. That's what he's talking about. So he also has 4 consecutive wins in 5 and 6, he says. On the other hand, if I'm realistic, S plus LTF probably has 0 chance on Sloppy versus the SS minus LTS. And he's referring to PFL points parlor, of course. The other SS minus here is firm and firm. Yep. All right. So he says he's not looking at the competition. Strawberry Field says, but it's almost has to favor the SS minus with some of the soft stars. If he wins, he says, obviously it's the highest achievable racing price to win a major, and he would love to win one. This one will be a very, very unexpected, but it will feel as a redemption for my second place in the Artemis Cup Gallop, in which I got second with my RTS horse, Stratocaster. The horse deserved to win a major. It was really the best RTS that year and one of the first really successful RTS SS minus. So he's giving some love to RTS, which they're coming up. And I think that's going to be with Mo Knows. Shout out to Mo Knows. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to Doughboy. Shout out to Taco. Shout out to Sour. Shout out to Stens. Shout out to everybody that streamed, bro. Shout out to everybody putting on, for sure. Shout out to YSM. Shout out to everybody, brother. If you stream or you do spaces, shout out to PFL DRF. Shout out to PFL DRF for that amazing deal they had with Third Time. Don't know the details, but shout out to you, brother. Who else? Gap Data. I want to shout out everybody. Everybody gets a little piece of AI Paddock with the content. Everybody that does content, for sure. Liano from back in the day, for sure. Shout out to you. Can't forget him. I forgot the guy with the blue silks too. He was from like the UK. I forgot. He had a good stable. All right. Strawberry Fields. We got him out the way. We're good on that. Let's see. We talk about Fur Haven. All right, yeah. We talked about Fur Haven, right? Yeah, we did talk about Fur Haven. Now, Bikeser Ranch. We got Bikeser Ranch here. Shout out Bikeser. Is it Bikeser? So he says, I actually didn't have the feeling my horse could contend at all, but after it ran an 86 fleet figure or something on 6 furlongs, I felt I found his DP. It ran better and better, and I think it has a good heart and decent stats overall, which gives it a chance, although 5 is not her preferred distance. So Bikeser has Cafe Gold here in the sprint. So I'm glad I'm knocking these out, and they're right here in my wheelhouse in the first race. Shout out to everybody again. Make sure you like, subscribe if you haven't already. As far as what's his biggest competition in the race, he says probably the SS minus from Absolute, aka PFL Parlor again. He says that if he wins, maybe with some extra breed, he'll do some extra breeds. Will be his second major win. He got the RD sprint, so adding an LT sprint will be awesome. So it looks like he specializes in that sprint niche. So if I had the Troy, whatever it is, I would play it right now. But Shout out to everybody for getting back to me, man. I really appreciate it. We have a few more. We'll get to those as we go along. But I wanted to get those out the way. And again, yeah, shout out to everybody, man. I think I got everybody pretty good. I think I'm missing. No, I'm missing one. My bad. How could I forget? I'm forgetting one. So again, it's based on my picks. If I didn't pick you, I probably have called your name already in one of these. So my good friend, another one that gave me a good answer back was House of Sedge. House of Sedge, shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate it. He's been super busy, so anytime, any chance that I get to chop it up with him is always great. And I'm glad he was able to go ahead and just get back to me, man. He sent me a picture of Ashy Horizon. Ashy Horizon is going to be in a major here today. It's his one contender in the NLT. Well over the cut line, but likely more of a 7 than an 8 furlong horse. So it's going to be racing in the Gallop. Given how much focus I put on RD versus LT, it would be poetic if I picked up another LT major despite RD eluding me for years, House of Sedge says. Probably qualified 20 plus horses in RD with many favorites. Absolute Horse Stens is the clear stable to beat and long overdue. He has probably qualified more than me without a win. He's on the contrary is my pick, but honestly, the top 3 that Stens has all look strong at 8 furlongs. This is the first season of racing in partnership with Cole's guy, and we're pulling horses in hand of Sedge, and he's handling the racing. So shout out to him. He says, it will be an auspicious start if we started to win. He's done an incredible job racing and qualifying his horses this season. He's super happy with. Either way, he's qualified 3 horses, 2 in RD, 1 in LT here in the Gallop. And the RD, he says he managed a 4th and an 8th or so, finished with about 70 to 80K in winnings so far. It's going to be a big thing. So if they win, they said he'll take the winnings and add it to his crown holdings. And his guess is Colts might do some heavier breeding next season with his share. It's just too much, man. Shout out to House of Sedge, man. So that's the Hand of Sedge. Oh, I get it now. Hand of Sedge. All right. He's bred 111 horses this season, so he's not sure he needs to hit anymore. Hey, Sedge, if you want to hit any of my horses, bro, I don't think my mares have the ability to stop it. They don't kick or anything. Just go ahead and, if anybody wants to hit my horse, just go ahead and do it now. Just do that now. You'll be good. All right. So 111. That's crazy, my guy. Shout out to you, man. We got about 2 minutes to the sprint. I wanted to get a few notes on the sprint. Shout out, everybody. I try to get as much as I can. PFL Points Parlor, one of my picks, has won 2 Premier Grade 1 races. Comes from the #1 ranked stable, Absolute Horsepower. Half sibling to Cheetah at the Lake via Mambo at the Lake, which came in 3rd in the Harbor Classic Sprint Season 31. It's a half sibling to also Venomous Cheetah from Givens, which is also in the race, #2. So those points on that. Hey, look at the bar from GD Stable, my other pick. The sire has had a progeny peaking at the end of the season and going into H4, so that's good. It's a half sibling to a 5th place Harbor Classic runner, Word Out from Pocono Racing, and a Grade 1 hardcore winner and Generational Beauty, and has the bloodline equipped for this stage. Has won 3 straight Grade 2s. All right, so get that through there. 3 straight. Something to look at. Eternal Puff out of Golden Way Stables has won 3 straight, including a Premier Grade 1 win over PFL Point Parlor and WSOP, all at 6 furlongs though. It is a half sibling to Harbor Classic Sprint runner-up, Poppy on the Stage. I have some notable mentions here with Ali Passions, which is a sibling to Harbor Classic winner, Dixie Dreamer, but is not running well lately. Can still surprise with that bloodline. Ran last in the Grade 1 Premier last time out. Also, Ali Clicker Sibling to Harbor Classic winner Dixie Dreamer. Ran third in the same race, Grade 1 Premier last time out. So just wanted to get that out there before the race started. And as to why I picked some of the picks that I picked. So yeah, we're ready. I hope everybody's ready. We got 38 seconds. Over $4,000 to the winner. I hope y'all have been enjoying yourselves. I appreciate if you're catching this on replay. Let me know what y'all would like to see next. I'm probably going to open the phone line in a second that I mentioned. I will go ahead and open that up in a second. See if that interrupts too much with the stream. I'll go ahead and kill it. We're not going to play around with it too much today. Hopefully this works. We're on Bet by Win as well. Just making sure that we're all in the same page. All right. All right. Here we go. Can we get it? Can we get it? Come on. Oh my God. They're on X Games mode. What's going on? What happened? Here we go. Oh. Nah, brother. What's going on? Alright, everything else should be working. Why is everything else not working? We good, chat? Good for the sprint? Bet by Win? We good? What's up with Bet by Win? Let's go! We ain't playing around today. Let's go. Alright, they're all in track. No technical difficulties. They were all aborted there with the Bet by Win. And they're off in the Harbor Classic Sprint. The 4 gets out to a fast start. Astoria Point, Eternal Puff, Alley Passions, Fate of Peace, WSOP, and Candy Caught all in the lead here. Getting off to a fast start in the first furlong, though. Asteria's Point gets off to about a 3-length lead over the rest of the field. Eternal Puff, Alley Passions, and Fate of Peace giving stables on the 2 horse as well there as they go into the one and only corner. Midnight Stables and Astoria's Point trying to take them all the way. Here comes Givens on the inside, Givens on the outside with pace of Fate of Peace. Fate of Peace takes over the race with about 2 furlongs. Fate of Peace looks to put them away here with 200 to go. Fate of Peace for Givens Stable in the orange. Here comes PFL Points Parlour on the inside. Fate of Peace trying to hang on. PFL Points Parlour trying to make a race, but it's all Givens here. I told you we're going to be wearing some Givens orange early. Fate of Peace gets it done. Shout out to Givens. Let's go. PFL Point Parlour for second. Whoa. That came out of nowhere. He was on the outside the whole time. Fate of Peace for Givens. Boom, 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 boom. Got him. Oh my God. I forgot it was Givens and everything. I'm like, what's going on? Let's go. Shout out Givens, man. Shout out Absolute, man. Didn't disappoint. Made it a race. That's what we wanted. Alley Passions. Alley Passions. Did we mention Alley Passions? I believe we did. Alley Passions got up there. So 2 of the 3 that we mentioned. We didn't pick the right given horse here today. But, man, Fate of Peace got it done. Got that one. Well done to the winner stable. I guess I'm done on the pick 3. What's going on? I don't think anybody got that one. Shout out Given, just putting that horse in there and getting it done. Let's take a look at what Given had to say again. We got to go back now. All right, Alex, Faith of Peace. Cheetah. Yeah, he didn't say much of it. He just mentioned it and then really got to Venomous Cheetah. Really got to the other ones, but did not mention Fate of Peace much more after that first time. Shout out Given. He has to be ecstatic with this win, just solidifying his spot as one of the PFL greats. We know Absolute Horsepower was just chopping at the bit there in second, just going and going, but couldn't get it done. The sharp money goes down here with PFL Points Par Lure taking second place. Second place. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go, and it shows. And it shows. Nice win, brother. Nice freaking win. That was awesome. That was awesome. Hey, drinks on Givens tonight. Yeah, well overlooked. Yeah, I definitely overlooked it, Givens. Shout out to you, brother. I mean, you could at least told me a little bit more. Let's open up the hotline. I want to hear from you guys. Maybe hear from Giffen here. It might be crazy if I get him on the line now, right? Let's set up. How do I? How do we set that up? I forgot. Oh man, this is crazy. All right. Let me see what I can do. Create your space. Photo finish. Harbor Classic Hotline. Record the space. Yes. The only people that I invite to speak is gonna speak. So shout out everybody. If you want to get in there, you can speak through there. If you want to also come up, you can just post it here on the YouTube chat. I'll go ahead and monitor that. But yeah, great race, great run on the outside there by Given. Stables taking down the Harbor Classic Sprint, man. Jesus. Shout out to you, brother. A lot of shout outs today. All right. I'm going to keep that up. We're going to move on to the Gallop now. See what the Gallop has to offer. Definitely lost money there. Gallop window already closed. A lot of horses here. Absolute Horsepower, Prime Pastures. Here are my picks for today's races. I went with Barcata, first grandson of Lily. 404 Error, and he's on the contrary. He's on the contrary from Absolute Horsepower. From Absolute Horsepower. Let's see what we had to say about this one. Alright. So in the Gallop, I liked 404 Error from, you guessed it, Absolute Horsepower. So what did I have to say about this horse? Has won 2 Premier Grade 1 wins, last race being one of them. So the last race was a Premier Grade 1. It won. It does have an unproven sire, and this is the biggest prize earner from that sire. First grandson of Lily, Mass King, the number 10. That one, performing very well in graded company at 8, has turned into an 8 furlong specialist. It is a sibling to Charlie the Cheetah, a High Court major sprint winner. So High Court being the 4-year-old, so maybe still has a little bit of aging to do, but definitely like to see it going into his 4th year of age, making progress like this. So very dangerous horse as well, at least for me it is. Barcata, the number 19 from Bukidon Farms, one of my picks as well. It is a SS minus, has won a grade 2 at 8 furlong, and has placed second in a premier grade 1 event last time out. May have a little bit of a temper issue. Sire is also an SS minus, business boosted, and this is the highest price winner from business boosted. So a few tips there that you guys probably didn't know or did know already, so just a good reminder. He's on the contrary from Absolute Horsepower. We talked about him. He is the favorite, closed out as the favorite on He's the Contrary. And Comes from the #1 ranked stable, as we talked about. Outstanding winning record. Winner of multiple graded 8 furlong races. Highest price winner out of the stud every morning. Every morning is the stud. Some notable mentions. Uniflash from Midnight Stables came in second to He's the Contrary on a graded 2. In a grade 2 race. So that's definitely notable. And Sire is the Harbor Gallop Major Champion, Edge of Reason. So he has that going for him. Another notable mention is Clear on the Hunt from Absolute again. Has strung 3 straight graded wins at some point, including a Premier Grade 1 win. So has the ability to put back-to-back-to-back wins. So love to see that. Highest price winner out of stud. Big in the movies. And comes again from the #1 ranked stable, Absolute Horsepower. So those are my picks there. I mentioned Midnight Stable. He was one of the people that I was able to get in touch with, get on the phone. Let's go here. Masking as well. So we'll read first what Masking had to say. He said that his horse, and his horse was one of the ones that I picked here, first grandson of Lily, a colt. He says his colt performed well in grade 2 races. He ran alongside some of the horses at the top of the He ran alongside some of the horses at the top of the quality leaderboard and gave them a tough time. Again, I hope he runs a good race. If you're running a major with an LTS archetype, he says, you have to accept that our Absolute Horsepower is the favorite, and he is, with He's on the Contrary, number 16. He says that if he wins, he'll probably buy some more crown. He might even buy some foals that will be ready to race. He says it'll be 4 a.m. there where he's at, but he'll definitely be watching on the replay. So shout out to Masking, not able to join us, but still gonna catch the replay. Midnight Stable says that he had a couple in here. We already seen a few. Think Leah Lancer may have a good chance on the Classic and Point in the sprint. We seen her coming out to a fast start but couldn't get it done. He says they both have been showing signs that they are in their peak, and Leah usually has a great morning line. He says he has others but not sure of their chances, and he thinks his biggest threats are Given, Fairhaven, and Absolute. So he was right about that. Given already striking first here tonight. They got Beasts and they're ahead in the LT department in his opinion. He says that if he does win, he plans to invest in his stable further to give the major ones I mentioned above some competition. So he hopes to breed some more so he could keep competing with Given, Fairhaven, and Absolute. Shout out to Absolute. So that's that. We got 2 minutes to the start of the next race. This actually has worked great because I've been able to go ahead and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, tell you a little bit about what the racers think, and also a little bit of background about the horses themselves and what they've been doing recently. So who you think got the gallop? I want to see who you think wins the gallop. I think everybody except maybe Given is still fell off on that pick 3. So put your exacta picks here, and then I'll definitely talk to Bryce, and he'll make sure to give you send out a horse out there or something. Let me check the phone line, see if we got anybody going in the phone line. Hold on. We got a phone line. We ain't got nah. They not in there. They're not in there. So let's see. They're not in there. They don't want no smoke. Friend Robbie, greeting. Luisito, papá, ¿qué hace? Thank you for coming in, brother. Shout out to all my Spanish speakers. Buenas noches. Tengan unas buenas noches. Estén disfrutando de las carreras de hoy en día en el Harbor Classic. Estamos todo el mundo contento con lo que está pasando aquí en Gallop Run, y vamos a seguir para adelante, papá. No nos vamos a quitar aunque esta gente quieren que nos quitemos. Neverland, oíste. Alright, we got about a minute though. A minute till the Harbor Classic Gallop. Again, thank you for joining today's stream. If you're watching it on replay, thank you as well. It's been a wild ride to 100 subscribers. I'm going to keep pushing no matter what's being said, no matter what. It's going to be PFL all the way through and through. This 2025, 2026, and beyond for sure. Can't wait. I'm excited for the new season coming up as well. Again, we have Mo, we have Troy again coming back in these next 2 days. So keep watching out for these streams. It's going to be a lot of opportunities to win some prizes as well, I'm being told. So stay tuned, man. We got 20 seconds till the gallop. Hopefully we can watch it right here, right now. Right here, right now. We'll watch this and then we'll get the link sent out. Vamos para adelante, mi hermano. Tú sabes cómo es. We got 5 seconds. I couldn't place any other picks, so it is what it is. Woof, we got it right here. Let's go. House of Sedge. Shout out to Sedge again, brother. Big legend. Here we go in the gallop. It's going to be a good one. There's a lot of competition here. It's very dark there. It looks like there's been some thunder and lightning, and they're off on the inside. Overdrive by Crisis Genetics Reserve. I know those Silks already. Gets off to a fast start. Both races that had the number 4 horse get off to a fast lead. Hopefully this one is a little bit different. Burberry from TriStar. We talked about Burberry also fighting for the lead here in the first few furlongs. Hand of Sedge is in there. We talked to him as well. Fairhaven Farms, one of the favorites as well there. But Burberry right now is taking a takeover. Crisis Genetics Reserve in second place with Overdrive. He's on the contrary. We talked about him. He's just stalking the pace here at the 3 furlong mark. California is moving on up, the 11 horse. Overdrive now falls back, but Burberry is looking good in front as they pass the half, and 48-3 is Burberry. Pretty much ahead of the rest of they're bunched up in the second spot is He's Contrary, Sister of the Blades, California, 404 Error is getting into the action, but it's all Burberry here, about 4 lengths going into the final turn. 404 Error trying to come back here on the outside. 404 Error, an absolute horsepower, making a big push at the 6 furlong mark and putting them away. 404 Error looks to take the gallop by storm in the 200. It's 404 Error. He's on the contrary. It's a 1-2 punch for absolute horsepower in the gallop. Let's go. This dude went 1-2 and then he went 1-2 in the sprint. He's on S-Games mode right now. Let's go. Big dog. He's on a contrary. Got up for second. 404 Error. One of my picks at 14-1. Let's go. Got him nice. Just because of that, we're going to probably double up here and make another pick. Let's get it. Who wants to come up here and say something? Ain't nobody here. Hold on. Let me turn that off, because that's distracting me right now. That's distracting me. That was a good race. That was a good race. That was a good race. I ain't gonna lie. That was a good race. Yeah, Carter, I thought you had it, my boy. I thought you had it, brother. Damn. But it was ass to belt at the end there from 404 Error. Let's see if we got some action on the last one, though. A minute left. Chill out, bro. What are my picks here? Let's go with my picks. Yahtzee, Account Booster, Vengeance Kill, 3, 10, 15. Yahtzee, 3, 10. Hold on. Jesus. Let me see my picks. 3, 10. 1, 10, 15. 1, 10, 15. You know I gotta sauce it up, bruh. You know I have to sauce it up. Just in case, you know what I mean? Yahtzee though. Now if gonna put another 200 on Jotzi. Why not? Can't leave absolute horsepower out the building. Not with 8.5 star. Speaking of absolute horsepower, I knew he was gonna have a big night. I just had a feeling. Everybody just kept, just sending messages. Absolute, 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 absolute. I reached out to him, and at the last second, he was able to reach out. Very, very thankful for absolute horsepower. Anytime I get to have an interaction with him, is always a learning experience, and I really appreciate everything he's done for me and my stable. I really, really appreciated my dog. We're going to get into what he said. I had a little bit of a different interaction with him and different questions. I got a little bit more detail with him, a little bit more depth. So let me see if I can pull it up here so I could. First, I'll go ahead and read the question, and I'll go through it. Again, shout out to Sedge for hitting me up with those answers as well. So my first question for Absolute was, how does it feel to have such a strong group of horses qualified for the big stage? And he said, it's always nice. We obviously structured the stable to be able to continue to build every single season. While I wish aspects of the economy or the ecosystem were on stronger footing, it's nice to show we'll continue to have chances like we have tonight. And he's had a ton of chances, and he's taken advantage of those by winning one and coming second on both of the races that we've had tonight. Now, my second question to him was, which one is your favorite or closest to heart? He says, honestly, most times I don't even know the gender of horses running. And that's honestly true for about 7 or 8 of the 10 that we have tonight. But obviously, Yahtzee being an 8.5 pref, SS minus at LTS is pretty special. And I would agree. He says, and to have the morning line odds and results to match, hopefully she finishes it. So he's hoping that she finishes the deal. And I think this will be the coronation today of absolute horsepower. He's been on a tear the last season. And, well, I mean, I don't think he's ever stopped. But he's just put so much pressure on everybody else at LTS to perform because he's doing so well. He's been crushing it the last 2 seasons. We're going to get to the third question. I said, with so many contenders, would you still view the season as a success if a major win doesn't come? I guess this is a void. This is null and void, as they would say. But he said, let me just read it here. He says, maybe surprisingly to the bragging rights trophy room people, I actually don't view the results in that binary of a fashion. Less surprisingly, as an accountant ruining the game, I have a total purse winnings number in mind for the long weekend, which would be somewhat tough to hit without a win, but certainly not impossible. So I'm wondering if he has came close to that number that he had in mind. Maybe he'll share in chat what that number was. I don't know. We'll know what that number is at the end of the night, but if he wants to share what that number is, that would be great as well. So that was my number 3 question. Number 4, I asked him, how do you keep the patience and focus to manage all of those horses and maintain the level of success? What's your secret to staying dialed in and keeping the momentum going? So he answered, generally speaking, the horses we're running after the first week of the 2-year-old season end up being pretty self-explanatory and therefore don't require almost any patience/focus. I say that must be pretty nice, huh? Conversely, I occasionally lose track of a horse that I didn't run every day that maybe would have qualified, which stings a little. But race entry is stupid easy for us. So he says it's stupid easy right now. Maybe I could double back next time if you guys want to hear what he uses as his method. I think I have a pretty good idea from what he said previously in the Discord interactions that we've had, but I'll leave that for another day. Number 5, I said, I just wanted to throw a little curveball at him. I said, who do you want to see finish last? And it surprised me. He said, I won't give anyone that satisfaction of them thinking that they're a rival or they're someone we fear. I wish every stable could finish one spot behind our last finisher in each of the races. That's absolute horsepower for you, man. I appreciate it so much, Absolute, for taking your time and writing out and those answers for me. Really thank you. Really thank everybody again that took time and did that for me. I couldn't get nobody on. Everybody was busy. I understand. Middle of the week, kind of like, between. It's not hump day, but, it's like the hump day's ugly cousin, Thursday. So it is what it is, man. We're trying to make the most out of it. I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. Again, if you're watching on replay, enjoy it as well. If you came in and your horse won, shout out to you. You probably Givens is he said he was on one, so he's probably celebrating really hard right now. We got 4 minutes till the classic. Shout out to everybody that won the undercards too. The undercards were pretty lit, I'm hearing. So shout out to y'all. What else we got? What else we got? Yeah, we went pretty ham on Yahtzee here, so hopefully we get some money back on Yahtzee. We should get what? I guess we're not gonna get. Well, we are gonna get 200. 200 times what? 280. Accountants, unite. Times the 5.22. Yeah, so a little bit over 1,000. Let's just call it. Yeah, Harbor Classic, man. Thank you, Bryce, for giving me the opportunity again to stream. Let me double back and check here the stream schedule, and I'll give you an official stream schedule as well as we're waiting for the last race to pop off. Let's see. Everybody congratulating Givens. Shout out Givens again, bro. Big legend stuff going on today. I like it. I like it when the people that were supposed to win won. Obviously, absolute horsepower. If he wins today, it's just a monster day for him. I'll be pulling for Pocono. I want to see Pocono get back and kind of show these new top guys, hey, I once was one of the top. I think he still is, but it's definitely not the same as before. Like Dre says, it ain't the same as before. I still love it, but I used to love it more. Ain't that what you say, Carter? What you say? Hold on. Just going here. What we got tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's the Artemis for sure. And that's hosted by Mo Knows. So Mo knows his stuff. So definitely want to check him out starting at 8 o'clock. And then Saturday, we have the live stream from our good friends at SGPN. Shout out SGPN, Ryan and the boys over there. Make sure you check them out on the weekends, too. Right after that, they usually have a show with their NFL picks and stuff like that. Real nice stuff, real professional. Love their whole setup. I think it's, if I may say so myself, one of the best setups in PFL as far as streaming, along with Monos. They just do quality stuff, man. Like I said in the post today, we try to make the most of whatever we got. And, yeah, we're going to keep going. We got a minute and a half left till the last one here. Kicks it off. Go ahead and Pocono going to win Classic. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Pocono, big stable coming into LTS. So we'd love to see him get a win. So it just comes around full circle and it'll just be like, at this point, will it be kind of like a Mount Rushmore of LTS? I don't know. I guess that's a topic for another day. This is shout out. Oh wait. I gotta get commission. Oh man, commish. Shout out commish. All right, let me get it in before we get that last race because he's hilarious. So I asked him the question, what have you seen out of this horse? This is the only one he has. He says mom was a good racer, and so we look for a partner with good heart. We're gonna take a look at that real quick. His main competition, he said, it stands are given, and if he wins, he says he's prepared to talk a lot of shit, and it wouldn't impact his stable all that much, other than just giving him more ammunition to talk shit about. Shout out Kamish, man. He knows how to do it in style, don't he? Don't he? All right, he went to some. Yep, he went to Henna with a lot of heart. So maybe he's on to something. You know what? I'm gonna pull for Pocono, and I'm gonna pull for the Kamish. Here we go. Harbor Classic, guys. Given, you still got 2 more here. Shout out to you, my brother. Here we go. One time, baby. One time. And they're off in line. Yahtzee gets off to a fast start, trying to not disappoint. Leia Lancer, Skies Warmer was also talked about. Yes, We Can Dream was one of my notable mentions, but I didn't put it in there. Starborn Rebel from Valkyrie Racing, we haven't talked about that. Maybe in the Mount Rushmore as well conversation. Here comes Midnight Stables. We talked about him and his horses tonight. It's Absolute Horsepower and Leia Dancer with Yahtzee with Midnight Stables all in the front. Here comes Leia Dancer opening up about 4 over Yahtzee. Skies Warmer is in third, but is in a tight battle with Wife Changing Money and Chrome Velocity. They're tight in the second spot, but up front, it's all Leia Dancer and Midnight Stables. My boy Nightburn is burning up the track with them silks, but don't look now. Ballers, baby, gets up to second here and challenges for the lead at the 5 furlong mark for the Kamish and the Evil Empire X. On the outside, though, Skies Warmer, I guess, Given gave the instructions to the jockeys to go ahead and pull on the outside. That looks to have some good footing today. They passed the 6 and the 3/4 mark in 1:14. Skies Warmer up front. Baller Baby falling back a little now. Chrome Velocity takes second. Broomwood Legs takes third for Midnight, which has a few here. Skies Warmer, though, it's up front. Chrome Velocity pushing forward. Baller Baby is falling, and that heart needs to come in now. Skies Warmer went the mile in 1:39.1 as they approach the final turn here. It's all Skies Warmer, about 5 furlongs in front of now Vengeance Kill. Vengeance Kill. We talked about Pocono. I can't believe we talked about this, but it's Skies Warmer. Skies Warmer is opening up about 5 over the field. Here comes Pocono with Vengeance Kill. Starborn Revo trying to push forward. Yahtzee's not going to get it done. It's going to be a Givens day at a 100 mark with Skies Warmer taking the Harbor Classic 2 for Givens Stables. Boom, boom. A double shooter for Givens. I told you we're going to be wearing orange. Told you. I told you. I don't know why. Leia Lancer from Midnight coming in second. Queen of Matchingham. So you went 1 and 3. I don't know who had the best night, Given or Absolute. I got to give it to Given. He won 2. How about that? How about that, man? Given Stables gets it done here in the Harbor Classic, man. Shout out to Absolute with Yahtzee. Couldn't get it done, but man, what a romp in here. Let's see where our good old friend Kamish ended up. He ended up about the middle of the pack there. Second came Leia Dancer with Midnight, who came in 4th. Let's see who came in 4th. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Yeah, we came. Yahtzee came in fourth. Yes, we can dream came in fifth. So still a good day for absolute horsepower after an amazing season. Nothing to be ashamed of. Top of the game. Tonight, I think it proved that if you want to get into LTS, you gotta step your game up. You gotta step your game up. Is the theme of the night. Step your game up, because these people are stepping up to the plate and hitting it out the park almost every time at this point. I was rooting for Pocono there at the end. I was like, what's going on? And he had two. I didn't even notice that. So, man, what an amazing night. Culminating here in the Harbor Classic with Given. Shout out to everybody that joined. Shout out to everybody that's gonna come through and watch the show. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be talked about tonight in the Discord. Shout out everybody in the Discord. Shout out HBA. Shout out Kangda. Shout out Tombstone. Shout out Poker Player. Shout out Ian, bro. Shout out Ian for making such a great game. Shout out to the third time team, including Bryce, Ryan, everybody, man. Appreciate you doing everything y'all do. Appreciate everybody in the Gallup Run Discord. Appreciate everybody in the Brew Bones Discord. Shout out to y'all for supporting me. What else can I say? What else can I say, my brother? I have no other words. Make sure, again, you like, subscribe. We couldn't get it done there. We didn't have a pick there that hit, unfortunately, and we aped at the end. Should have just stand pat. Leia Dancer would have put us to win some big money. But nothing, man. Love doing this for y'all. Hopefully I can do it again. We got horse pills on Saturday. Again, Monos tomorrow. Troy is doing some crazy stuff on the weekend, waking up at 4 in the morning. So if you're a coffee person, make sure you tune into Troy's Radio Web 3 Kick streams. Those are always fun. That's it, man. We're out of here. We're out of here. Let's go.